I have spent 20 years of my life hunting for one singular photo, and today I finally got it. So how do we get here? Hang with me for a bit and I'll tell you what it's like to play Wacken Metal Festival in Germany and why this day is so important for more than one reason to me. Anyway, it's 3 in the morning and I have a flight to catch. Let's go to Germany. Our cab is here. I'm tired. It is 3 in the morning and we're heading off to the airport to catch a 6 a.m. flight. All right, well, let's go. On November 19th, 2024, I landed with my wife Sarah in Ireland with a bunch of suitcases and boxes and an insanely ambitious goal to really push my music career further than it's ever gone. People from my home in Vancouver, Canada weren't saying it to my face, but they were worried about my future moving all the way to Europe. Even locally in Ireland, when I said I came here to do music, I was told most people leave the island to go to bigger markets. I always stuck to a firm belief though that the Emerald Isles were my land of opportunity, and in 2025 I successfully nailed an audition with one of Ireland's biggest and oldest metal acts out of the country, Cruachan. Turns out we're all the same brand of weird, and if anything, we all just bring out the best in one another. Anyway, now that you're caught up, day 618 of life in Ireland, I am in a busy airport praying my drumsticks won't get flagged in the airport security check. It's busy in here right now, oh my god. To my pleasant surprise, everything actually was totally fine. My drumsticks made it through totally fine. I was expecting it to get flagged. Didn't happen. Good day. Now, my wife and I ended up getting in ahead of the rest of the band, so while we went ahead, they worked their way through the airport. We're just grabbing breakfast and waiting for Cruachan at this point. Joe and Audrey are going to be having pints. Keith is going to be having breakfast. Eventually they got through and the frontman Keith met up with Sarah and I while Joe and Audrey, Cruachan's bassist and violin player, beelined into the smoke pit for pints and morning cigarettes. We gotta go retrieve Joe and Audrey from the smoking pit. This is the most meta shit because Keith's vlogging and I'm vlogging and we're both vlogging. So yeah, here's Cruachan, and it's never a dull moment.
Someone probably got that in the duty free this morning.
I'd say. This is entirely how this is gonna go the whole weekend. That's my wife Sarah as well, by the way, but anyway, spirits were high. Keith was so excited, he kept threatening to take his shirt off to flex at everyone on the flight to Hamburg.
I'm actually gonna take my t-shirt off.
Oh god, he's taking his shirt off again.
And after a quick but sleepy 3-hour flight from Dublin, Ireland, we landed in Hamburg and the adventure fully started to kick off. We made it. Round of applause, Sarah. All right, we're good. Let's go get the bus. We have a shuttle bus arranged for us, especially. And treatment, rockstar treatment. It's great. I never had this before. This will give you just a hint as to what will come, but Wacken rolls out the red carpet for you when you're an artist. We have our own private shuttle bus to take us right to the festival and our hotel, so don't tap out on me now. You haven't seen anything yet. Our own freaking shuttle. Crazy shit. Within all the excitement though, we forgot something. Kim, the live vocalist of Cruachan. Imagine forgetting a whole ass vocalist and almost leaving them stranded in the hot German sun. Oh god, we almost forgot Kim. How could we have forgotten Kim? We need to find Kim. Did we find her? Oh wait, she's coming. That's very funny. That we almost drove off without Kim. And after a bit of searching and figuring out where everyone was, we finally found Kim. Kim! And with that, our motley crew had been fully assembled and off we went to our hotel in Hamburg. Look at this main character energy over here.
Look what we have. We have Kim.
Didn't forget me at the airport.
We almost pulled away. We forgot about Kim and there was a big panic.
My band forgot about me.
Now, the hotel was a bit of a ways from the airport, so everything was connected by shuttle bus. It's definitely a fancy little perk to have a driver organized for you to handle all the transportation to and from places you need to be, but outside of getting to the festival or the airport, we were basically on our own. Alright, so we just arrived at the hotel. We're getting settled and we're gonna figure it out from there. Now, here's the thing. Germany is hot as balls, and when you're on tour with a band, everything is a little bit chaotic and unpredictable and steeped in goofy decisions and drinks. So Team Cruachan went looking for a place to chill out and have a drink. So we picked a greenhouse cafe to cool down. Cause that makes sense, right?
We're hanging out to get drinks, and then we're gonna go
You were
to
just
a
like,
little
"Get me
or
the
back
fuck
to the
out of
hotel.
this."
At least the Aperol Spritz was delightful, but man, we were dying between the heat and the wasps, so we went to the one place we could really kick back and relax. A little, because of its air conditioning.
We're finally cooling down. Never have I been happier to be in a little before.
On top of that, we found out the beers and spirits were cheap as chips in Germany, which had us crying about Irish grocery prices, but either way, we took our bounty and ran back to the hotel because we had found a conference room that had some form of air conditioning in it. This place became our base of operations until our rooms were available to check in. And of course, if I leave my camera lying around, Keith will try to do something without fail.
Oh my god.
Since we technically had the day off and Cruachan loves their days off, it was largely dedicated to having fun, having a few, and maybe getting some food somewhere. It's also a never normal time with Cruachan though, which is also why it's so fun to be in this band. The rest of the evening was tons of fun, but in the back of my head, I had a lot of things swirling around. What was this festival gonna be like? How was it gonna go? Who were we gonna meet? What were we going to see? This was the biggest show of my life, and I've spent 20 whole years playing music and working towards this kind of thing. I moved countries for it even, and in less than 24 hours, there was a chance to finally get the one singular photo that I have been hunting for my whole life. Again, stay with me, because it gets amazing. Tomorrow, come hell or high water, I'm getting my photo.
Let's go play Wacken Metal Festival.
Today is the day. The morning was a slow start of just collecting all our things from the hotel and waiting for the shuttle. All of Cruachan slowly turned up, and Keith, never sleeping on an opportunity, was there to add to the collection of shenanigans the moment I took my camera out for B-roll. And my lovely wife was with me every step of the way, as usual.
Here we go.
Anyway, down to business. So you want to know what it's like being on the artist side of the holy grounds? Well, you've come to the right place. Step 1, guest VIP check-in. Wacken allows you a +1 for spouses, so the first move was to shuttle over to the guest check-in where Sarah got her pass. You know though, it's funny. Everything is so spread out because the festival is just so utterly massive, so it wasn't a short drive by any stretch to even get to this place.
We're here, man. This is crazy. Okay. We gotta go do check-in, and then after that, get back to our shuttle.
Step 2, artist check-in. Our next stop was a place for us to register and check in so that when we arrive at the festival, they knew who we were and how many passes to issue, because you will scream when you see the artist village. There's a reason for this. But when you're dealing with a high volume of people, organization is tantamount. Otherwise, while I was waiting for this to get settled, it's never a dull moment for my wife and I when we're traveling together.
Now we're doing check-in for us, and then afterwards we're back driving again to the actual festival. It's a 3-tier process here.
Step 3, get your passes and check in. Once you arrive, you soak in how massive this whole thing actually is. Like, dude, Wacken is huge. Everything about this is run on a level you will seldom see in your life, and my goodness, especially when you're playing this festival, it's fancy. Wacken has a whole village set up for their artists. I'm talking full-blown catering with high-quality food and drink, jacuzzis, a physiotherapist, free tattoos, and you are surrounded by famous people.
Okay, so on top of there being like a freaking physiotherapy place, a barber shop, we have all this stuff with jacuzzis and everything. This
There's a massage over there.
and a massage, and I booked myself a free Wacken tattoo.
This brings us to step 4 when you're playing this festival, imposter syndrome. I was stoked, but I was poker facing pretty hard here at the same time.
Isn't that mad?
Either way, man, step 5, find your dressing room.
Welcome to the
Yes,
Cruachan
they
dressing
definitely
room. We have Wacken
Okay,
themed
can I
beer.
come with you to do that?
We have drinks. We have candy. And then on top of that, they have given us like water and all these other
Honey
things.
wine.
We have honey wine. That's great. Yeah, so they've already run off. I'm too busy being a kid in a candy store right now. This is amazing.
Step 6. Catering. So, okay, the catering is mad. Barbecue, pasta, vegetarian, vegan options, spirits, beer, cider, you name it, they got it. So I didn't want to be that asshole running around with a camera while everyone was eating, but like, imagine eating dinner and looking over your shoulder and seeing Rob Halford finishing his supper. Yeah, that's what I mean, dude. What the hell even is this magical place? This brings us to our final step. Play the show. Thanks for hanging with me for the last 10 minutes, everyone. I'm gonna tell you how this goes, and then I'm gonna hit you with some real talk. So what happens is you get your call time, you head back to where all the shuttle buses are. You then load the gear you'll be taking on stage with you into the bus, and then they will drive you both to and from your stage. Wacken has several stages, and Cruachan was on the Wackinger stage, which was technically small, and by I mean small, I mean we played to somewhere between 20 to 30,000 people. It's crazy how they consider that small. Anyway, from there, once you get backstage, you get all your stuff set up, you wait for the other band to strike, and then you have a very gratuitous 45 minutes to get comfortable, line check, get your monitor mix dialed in and whatnot so that you can play without any worries. The techs even tuned my drums for me while I was setting up according to the rider we forwarded. They are amazing. Now, real talk, this is all well and good, but you gotta understand, I flew to Ireland on November 19th, 2024 with a few boxes and suitcases and lived with my Irish in-laws while I slowly got on my feet. I would lie in bed with Sarah having so many panic attacks over whether or not I was even going to be a drummer still. I'm 35 turning 36 next month, man. Most people I know have given up on the dream by now, but dude, drums and music were not only the only thing that made me happy in life, they've been the singular driving force in everything positive that has happened to me. I couldn't give this up. I was crazy enough to move countries for love and music, and to hell with every single person that has ever told me that I needed a second passion or stability. They are the exact same people that would pull you down back to their level than see you live your truth. They can't handle seeing people happier than them. And through all the fear, hard work, and overcoming so much in a year and a half, when I landed, I went from all that to this. Follow your stupid dreams, my friends. Work your ass off. Even when it gets hard, put your head down and give it everything you have. Never get comfortable. You have one life. Go live it. And in this one amazing moment, I stood on that stage surrounded by the most amazing friends and my wife who's believed in me ever since the day we met, ready to validate 20 long years of giving my life to music. And we fucking crushed it. You want to know what it's like to play to that many people? Surreal, magical, exhilarating, validating. Every single time I ate shit, swallowed, then picked up my sticks and plunged deeper into the rabbit hole, just returned its favor in that 60-minute set. But it wasn't just my win. My wife Sarah was there with me every step of the way. The first time she saw me play was to 30 people. Now she saw me play to 30,000. This was her win too. You don't get to these places alone.
Fucking did it. Holy shit, dude.
So with all that done and Cruachan playing at 5 p.m., we had a lot of time to kill, and Sarah and I had free tattoos to get. Now, I didn't say earlier, but me being the smart person that I am, I signed myself up and Sarah for tattoos a couple hours after our set was done. And the artist village is so dang cool, man. I wasn't gonna waste my chance to loiter around in it, cause you only get in for the day that you have your pass. So once we got changed out of our stage gear, we headed back to the village to enjoy the amenities and hang out before getting inked. And it turned out pretty sick. Check it out.
Hell yeah.
So the poor artist ended up running a bit behind schedule after me, which wasn't a big deal because that's the thing, you gotta be nice to the staff. I've done stagehanding before, and anyone who isn't playing an instrument is working so hard and doing long hours, so you be kind to them. Keith and I, either way, we're just buzzing after the whole day.
How was the gig?
Amazing. The whole place is just amazing.
This is unreal. It really is.
It's so big.
I cannot wrap my head around this whole artist village. I can't. It's so cool, dude.
We eventually opted to go back to the artist lounge and have a seat because it was getting a little chillier. As usual, regardless of where you go though, there's food and drink for literally anything, so while we waited for Sarah to get her ink, we just had a couple and got ready to watch Judas Priest live from the comfort of a couch.
Here is hers, which is gorgeous. And then here's mine.
Class looking.
Hell yeah, matching tattoos.
And we can't forget, after 20 long years, I finally got the photo I've been looking for my whole life. So there you have it, everyone. You now know what it's like to play Wacken Metal Festival from when you land to when you take the stage. So if you could do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button and tell me about your dreams or an amazing music story in the comments. Not only do I do vlogs, Sarah and I also run a podcast on tons of alternative Irish stuff. So help me achieve my YouTube dreams, and as a trade-off, I'll show you what it's like in this crazy music world I live in. So follow me for more vlogs and shenanigans.